Welcome to my channel HD Rare Coins. In this I am going to tell you about United States of America 5 coins which can be very useful if you have them. Today's video, we're diving into the world of coin collecting to explore the value and worth of the 1976 1-cent coin from the United States of America. If you're a collector or just curious about the value of your old pennies, stay tuned as we break down its history, key features, and most importantly, its potential value in today's market. The 1976 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, was minted as part of the long-running series that started back in 1909. This coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo, which was in use from 1959 to 2008. Although 1976 was an important year for the U.S. as it marked the nation's bicentennial, the 1-cent coin didn't feature any special commemorative design. The Lincoln Memorial cent of this year remained unchanged, continuing the standard copper and zinc composition that was typical for pennies minted in the mid-20th century. There are two main variants of the 1976 Lincoln cent that collectors look out for. Coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark and are the most common. These coins, minted in Denver, are marked with a small d under the date. Both of these versions were struck in large quantities, with billions produced in total, making them relatively common coins. Here are the basic details of the 1976 1-cent coin. 0.95% copper, 5% zinc weight. 3.11 grams diameter. 19 mm. The high copper content makes the 1976 penny unique compared to pennies produced after 1982, which were primarily made of zinc. Now, let's talk about what really matters, the value of the 1976 1-cent coin. If your 1976 penny has been in circulation, meaning it shows signs of wear and tear, its value is typically 1 to 3 cents. Due to its large mintage, these coins are quite common, so they don't hold much value unless they are in pristine condition. Uncirculated 1976 pennies, or those in mint state condition, can fetch higher prices. Coins in MS-63 or better can be valued between $1 to $5 depending on the quality. The higher the grade, the more valuable it becomes. Although there were no specific proof sets for the 1976 cent, if you have a proof-like coin or one that is exceptionally well struck, it could be worth more. But typically, collectors focus on the uncirculated versions. As with many older coins, errors can greatly increase the value of a 1976 cent. Look for things like off-center strikes, double dies, repunched mint marks. If you have an error coin, it could be worth significantly more, with values ranging from $20 to hundreds of dollars depending on the type of error and its condition. An interesting aspect of older pennies is their copper content. As copper prices fluctuate, some collectors value pre-1982 pennies, like the 1976 cent, for their metal content. Each penny contains about 2 cents worth of copper based on current market prices. $3.5 million, which can add a small premium to their value if copper prices rise further. So, what's the final takeaway? The 1976 1-cent coin is a common but beloved part of U.S. coinage history. Most circulated coins aren't worth much beyond their face value, but if you have a high-grade uncirculated coin or one with an error, its value could rise considerably. Whether you're holding onto a coin for its sentimental value, its copper content, or as a part of a larger collection, the 1976 penny is a fascinating piece of American history. Today's video, we'll be diving into the world of the 1979 United States of America 1-cent coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding the value and worth of this common coin could surprise you. So, let's get into the details. The 1979 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as a Lincoln cent or penny, features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. This penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, part of the pre-1982 composition before the United States switched to primarily zinc-based pennies. This copper content makes it valuable beyond just its face value. $3.20 millions. the 1979 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a quick breakdown of each mint mark and its significance. Philadelphia. These are the most common coins from 1979, with over 6 billion produced. Denver. Similar in value to the Philadelphia coin, Denver minted over 4 billion pennies. San Francisco. The S-mint pennies were proof coins, specially made for collectors. These are shinier and have a mirror-like finish, making them more desirable for collectors. Proof coins are generally worth more than circulated coins. Now, let's talk about the coin's worth. For most of the 1979 pennies, their value is largely dependent on their condition. Here's a breakdown. Uncirculated condition. These pennies are typically worth around 1 to 2 cents due to their copper content, which makes them slightly more valuable than post-1982 pennies made of zinc. Uncirculated coins in MS-60 to MS-65 condition can be worth up to $5 depending on their luster, color, and lack of wear. The 1979 S-proof pennies in perfect condition, graded PR 67 or higher, can fetch anywhere from $1 to $10 or more, depending on their appearance and certification. What can make the 1979 penny even more valuable is if it contains a mint error. Some errors to look out for include: if you notice any doubling in the lettering or date, you may have a double die penny, which can increase the coin's value significantly. Pennies with off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, can sell for around $20 to $100 or more depending on the degree of the error. So, while the 1979 penny might seem like just another common coin in your collection, its condition, mint mark, and possible errors can greatly affect its value. Whether you're holding onto it for its copper content or looking to score a rare find, it's definitely a coin worth examining closely. Today's video, we'll be exploring the value and worth of the 1982 United States of America 1-cent coin. Whether you're a collector or just curious about what this penny might be worth, stay tuned as we dive into its history, variations, and market value. The year 1982 was a significant one for the U.S. penny. It marked a transition in the composition of the 1-cent coin, shifting from 95% copper to a zinc core with a copper coating due to rising copper prices. As a result, 1982 pennies exist in 2 main varieties, copper and copper-plated zinc. This makes it an interesting year for collectors, so, if you have a 1982 penny, you'll need to determine whether it's copper or zinc, as the metal composition plays a role in its value. The easiest way to differentiate between the 2 types is by weighing the coin. Here's the breakdown: copper pennies from 1982 weigh 3.11 grams, zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. A standard digital scale can help you with this task. If you don't have a scale, you can also listen for a slight difference in sound when dropped. Copper coins have a distinct ring, while zinc coins sound a bit duller. There's more to the 1982 penny story. Not only do we have both copper and zinc varieties, but there are also 7 different variations in total, split between large date and small date versions, minted in both metals. Each of these combinations was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making this year a bit of a puzzle for collectors. While most 1982 pennies are worth face value, certain varieties, especially in uncirculated or mint condition, can fetch a higher price. For example, a 1982 D small date copper penny is particularly sought after by collectors. In 2017, one such coin was sold at auction for over $18,000 due to its rarity and condition. This makes it crucial to check whether you have one of these rare varieties. Let's break down the value of a typical 1982 penny. Copper pennies tend to be worth a bit more due to their metal content. Even in circulated condition, copper pennies are worth around 2 to 3 cents because of the value of copper. Zinc pennies, on the other hand, are generally only worth face value, 1 cent, unless they are in uncirculated or near perfect condition. If you find an uncirculated or proof version, prices can range from $1 to $5, depending on the condition. If you happen to have a rare variety, like the 1982 D small date copper, its value could be significantly higher depending on its grade. Speaking of condition, grading plays a huge role in determining a coin's worth. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with higher grades fetching more money. A circulated 1982 penny in average condition typically won't be worth much beyond its face value $3 millions. However, if you have a penny in uncirculated or mint state, its value can increase dramatically. These pennies can be worth anywhere from $1 to $50, depending on the variety and grade. If you think you have a rare or high-quality penny, it might be worth getting it professionally graded to confirm its value. So, what's the bottom line on the 1982 US penny? For most of us, it's just a 1-cent coin. However, if you have a rare variety or a high-grade uncirculated penny, its value could surprise you. Be sure to weigh your coin, check for the date variation, and if you have one in great condition, consider getting it appraised or graded. Who knows, you could be holding a hidden gem worth much more than its face value. Today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting with a focus on the 1983 United States 1-cent coin. Whether you're a collector or just curious about the value of that penny sitting in your jar, stick around to find out how much this coin could be worth. The 1983 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, side. This design has been in circulation since 1909, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse side, we have the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of his birth. One important note about the 1983 penny is its composition. From 1959 to 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper. But in 1983, the U.S. Mint switched to a composition of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. This change means that post-1982 pennies are much lighter, weighing 2.5 grams compared to the 3.11 grams of the earlier copper pennies. Now, let's talk about the rarity and value of the 1983 1-cent coin. In general, the 1983 penny is fairly common. Over 7.7 billion pennies were minted across 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint coins have no mint mark, Denver coins have AD, and San Francisco coins have an S. Most 1983 pennies found in circulation today are worth their face value, just 1 cent. $2.5 million. However, some exceptions can make this coin quite valuable. What makes certain 1983 pennies special are the errors and varieties that were produced. Here are a few to watch for. Although 1983 pennies are supposed to be made of zinc, a few rare copper versions were mistakenly minted. These copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams. If you think you found one, weigh it on a scale. If it weighs over 3 grams, you may have a rare error coin worth thousands of dollars. Another valuable error to look for is the 1983 double die reverse. This error occurs when the die strikes the coin twice, creating a noticeable doubling on the reverse, particularly in the lettering of 1 cent e pluribus unum and United States of America. A 1983 DDR penny in good condition can be worth anywhere from $150 to $400, depending on its grade. Like most coins, the value of a 1983 penny also depends on its condition. Pennies are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A well-circulated 1983 penny may only be worth face value, but a mint state example can sell for a premium, typically worth 1 to 3 cents. Uncirculated coins can be worth $1 to $5. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint can range from $2 to $10. If you believe you have a valuable 1983 penny, there are several options for selling it. You can list it on online auction sites like eBay, or contact a professional coin dealer or grading service. If you're serious about getting top dollar for a rare variety like the 1983 copper penny or DDR, consider having it authenticated by a third-party grading company such as PCGS or NGC.so. There you have it. The 1983 1-cent coin might seem like just another penny, but under the right circumstances, it could be worth much more. Whether you have an error coin or a pristine uncirculated piece, it's always exciting to uncover hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we'll be talking about a penny that many of you probably have lying around, the 1985 United States 1-cent coin. Is it worth more than a cent? Could you be sitting on a small fortune without knowing it? Stick around as we explore its value and how much it's really worth in today's market. Let's start with some quick facts about the 1985 1-cent coin. This penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which was produced from 1959 to 2008. It features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, or back. The design was created by Victor D. Brenner, and it's made out of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper. These pennies weigh around 2.5 grams and have a diameter of 19 millimeters. Over 5.5 billion pennies were minted in 1985, so they're quite common. Now, let's talk mintage. The 1985 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia produced over 5 billion coins, Denver produced around 5.2 billion coins, San Francisco produced proof coins, but in much smaller quantities, around 3.3 million. Because of the high mintage numbers, most of these pennies are considered common, and the value, for most circulated examples, remains close to face value, 1 cent $2 millions, but the condition of your 1985 penny can make a big difference in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint state coin. If your penny has seen some wear and tear, it's probably worth just a penny. However, if you've got a coin in uncirculated condition, that means no signs of wear, it could be worth a little more. In lower grades, such as good or fine, your penny is still worth around 1 cent. But if it's in uncirculated condition, graded between MS60 and MS65, you could get anywhere between 10 cents to $1. Proof versions from San Francisco are worth more, depending on their grade, often ranging from $1 to $5. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some 1985 pennies have errors or varieties that can increase their value significantly. Off-center strikes, these occur when the design is misaligned. These coins can be worth $5 to $50 depending on the degree of error. Doubled die, this happens when the design is struck twice, resulting in a slight doubling of the image. If you find a 1985 penny with a doubled die, it could be worth $10 to $50 or even more, depending on the extent of the error. So, is your 1985 penny worth a fortune? In most cases, probably not. But if it's in uncirculated condition, or you're lucky enough to find an error coin, it could be worth more than you think. Always check your coins carefully and consider having them graded if they appear to be in exceptional condition. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more coin videos. Let me know in the comments if you found any interesting 1985 pennies, or if you have any other coins you want to learn about. Until next time, happy collecting.